The problem is not extremism. Extremism is a human problem, but it's always been there, it will always be there. The problem is violence in a civil society. And this is what we need to address, the problem of violence. And at essence, Islam is an ideal religion. It is a peaceful tradition. Our Prophet was not a warmonger. He did not like war. He disdained war. He said, never hope to meet your enemies. But if you're forced to meet them, be brave in the battlefield. He prohibited the killing of civilians. He prohibited the killing of women and children. In the Maliki fiqh that I studied, the only time that you can fight a woman is she's incompetent on the other side. The Maliki jurists were so troubled by that hadith that they said, if you see a woman on the battlefield, run away from her. Because they did not want you to fall under that hadith, because it's a mutawattir hadith, it's a factual hadith that has the same strength as a verse in the Quran. Now, I want to close and end this by saying one of the greatest problems we have is we have what I call Sheikh Googles. We can't look at this. We have now a loss of authority in our tradition. This has led to people like what they call Sheikh bin Laden. Somebody called me up on a recent Arabic program and said, what do you think of Sheikh Usama bin Laden? And I just said, first of all, what do you want from the question? Do you want me to be, if I answer, oh, he's a great guy, to be in Guantanomo Bay tomorrow? Is that kind of the idea? Or, well, no, I think he's terrible. But who made him a sheikh? Really, who made Sheikh Usama bin Laden a sheikh? Usama bin Laden is an accountant. And was a paediatric surgeon. And these people are giving fatwa from caves in Afghanistan, telling people to kill people. Now, their fatwa is based on a famous fatwa from Mardin. The fatwa that killed Anwar Sadat is the same fatwa. My sheikh and teacher, Shaykh Abdullah bin Bayyah, recently held a conference in Turkey, in the city of Mardin, which is where the fatwa was addressing an issue in that city. The fact that the ruler of that city was a Muslim but not applying Islamic law, and he was under the influence of the Mongols, who were not Muslim at that time. He was asked, is this an abode of war or an abode of peace? He said, it's neither one or the other. It's a hybrid, because it doesn't have the qualities of the abode of war, it doesn't have the qualities of the abode of peace. And then he said something very interesting. He said, therefore, the believer should be treated in accordance with the fact that he's a believer, and the disbeliever should be fought. Yuqatillu, al-khariji wa the disbeliever should be fought because he's left the Sharia and as he deserves to be. Now, Shaykh Abdullah bin Bayyah, when that fatwa was read in Mardin, he said that can't be right, the text. The ulama that were in the audience, some of the biggest ulama in the Muslim world, all said, Shaykh, don't change the fatwa. It's Shaykh Islam's fatwa. We can address the problems of the fatwa, but don't change the text of the fatwa. Shaykh Abdullah bin Bayyah insisted. He said, no, something is wrong with that text. It doesn't work in the Arabic language like that. When he got back to Jeddah, he went to another text and found that it did not say that the one who left the Sharia should be fought. It actually said, instead of yuqatil, it said yu'amal. He should be treated in accordance with him being a disbeliever. In other words, there are many rules that relate to disbelievers. Then he asked for the oldest copy in the Bahariya Mektaba in Damascus, and it came back saying, in fact, that he should be treated, not killed or fought. That fatwa was published 100 years ago and has been replicated in countless editions of his fatwas saying that they should be fought. That is the basis of Abdul Salam Farraj's fatwa to kill Anwar Sadat. It was the basis of bin Laden's fatwa to kill the Americans, and also to overthrow the House of Saud in Saudi Arabia. It's a misprint. They based an entire philosophy on a misprint in a text that occurred 100 years ago. This is a crisis of our community, the crisis of authority. Who can read these texts and who can determine where they mean? Thank you very much.